Welcome back to Fire and Smoke, New Ronne. We are Philip,
Abby,
Blake, Ethan,
also known as Dungeon Master,
Avis Merlot,
Devon Merlot,
Neil.
On the last episode, or the episode before that, Avis Merlot was moved into the future. The future that she and Devon would have helped make.
Spoilers?
We established that last episode.
Oh, I wasn't here.
Avis, as the energy around you fades, you just a second ago saw your husband blink away, and now it's dark. You're outside in the cold. You can only see very dimly where you are. There's some kind of argument or something taking place far away. You're hearing muffled from across town a little bit. You hear drip, drip, drip of a leaky pipe or roof or something in the building behind you. The wall of the building is covered in graffiti. You're seeing the ground. The mist, the fog is all around you, making things chilly. You don't have your jacket. It was on the chair in the server room where you had put it down. And you saw on the edge of your vision some kind of stone statue depicting your husband, Devon, and your coworker, Neil. You're standing in some kind of clearing. That's where that thing is laying on the ground in front of you. You're not exactly sure what happened, but if you're still in New Ronne, then this is maybe like a couple blocks away, you remember? A place you used to eat your lunch sometimes. A little outdoor area. But it's unclear in the dark, in the cold, in the fog. Avis, what do you do?
First off, is it like a town square type deal? Like what? Is there like concrete or is there grass?
You move forward, and in your time, there wasn't grass. It was just a little dirt field. But now, there is grass that is brown, but as you take a step, kind of steady yourself and move forward, the grass is soft. It's not dry and dead. It's just brown. There are a couple trees, something that were not growing in the city. Plants didn't really grow in New Ronne. They didn't have a chance to because they were soon to die after taking root when the long night would start and they wouldn't get any sunlight. There was work going on at the station to make plants that could survive here, but you're seeing dormant plants right now. It's nighttime. It's a fully different time of the year than when you blinked away from. It's the middle of the long night.
Are there any lights on anywhere?
There's a little bit of light diffusing through the fog that's making it easier to see. It's not like the constant glow of an electric light. It's flickering and moving a little bit. You see shadows kind of swaying around you, and it's from farther down, far away. If you'd like, you can make an insight roll about what is happening.
That's a 21.
21 insight. You're feeling confused, obviously. You don't know what that person that showed up was talking about. They were speaking vaguely, unclearly, and then all of a sudden you were here and your husband and your friend are gone somewhere else. On that insight roll, though, as you've spent a few seconds here now, catching your breath, trying to steady yourself and figure out what you might be able to do, you feel a new little something inside yourself. The fresh air feels good, but it's also causing you to feel a little bit weird for some reason. You've experienced a similar feeling before when you were younger and went to the healing center to get some help from a healer when you had a rather nasty cut, and it felt like energy being flowed into you. It feels kind of like that, but more like potential. And you're not sure what that means, but as you just turn your hand over and you're looking at yourself, trying to make sure this is really happening and you're standing here and this isn't some bad dream, it just feels like there's something there, but you're not sure what.
I'm feeling potential energy, so I'm about to get launched.
Internal potential energy.
Okay. I want to look at the statues.
You walk forward into like what looks like a little pocket park. It's kind of town square vibes, but this isn't like the town square. It was just a little place nearby the station. And you see the statue laying on the ground. If it were standing upright, it might be a good 7 or 8 feet tall. The visage of your husband and your robot friend is poor and long weathered since however long ago it was first erected. It's covered in a layer of grime. Devon is missing his left arm and most of the left side of his upper chest. And Neil is missing a chunk out of his head and his legs that you saw him get. The stone you can see on the inside of those places is a little rougher and less dirty than the rest of the statue, so you can tell those parts were broken away at some point. There's a large brick pedestal next to where the statue has fallen. It is a thick, wood-carved sign that you almost have to feel with your fingers to understand because it's old and dirt-caked and also weathered. But it feels like it reads, "For Milo." You look back at the statue, at their faces. You see Devon's strikingly accurate, open-mouthed smile.
Bald head.
As his stone eyes stare up and into darkness. You have no idea how far forward you were moved, no idea how long this rock has been collecting dirt, but judging on the smoothness and the grime, it seems like it must be decades old at least, but you worry that it's even more than that.
You said there was a building?
There are buildings around.
Buildings.
Okay. If you're kind of exploring, make a perception check.
Don't mind if I do. It's a 12. What? It was a 3!
As you're looking around, you're seeing these buildings are made of glass, but lots of it is shattered. Some of the low down parts are covered in graffiti. It's dark inside most of them around here. But as you're walking the streets a little bit, you are seeing, unbeknownst to you, the same city that your husband and your friend had seen in the last episode. The place now is dark during the long night, but it's not just dark because of that. The buildings are dark. There are no electric lights that you see. The curved green buildings are like mid-rise, so they stretch up out of view because the mist blocks anything from your vision more than a couple dozen feet. And between that and light being reflected from those small fires from far away, making shadows move and not being able to see the sky and the cold and the chill, it gives a weird feeling like you're deep underground. And these are like bioluminescent walls. But it's evident that you're in, by the layout, New Ronne still. A place that is desolate, but obviously not completely empty. There's something off in the distance. You hear a person sometimes, you hear a sound sometimes. However, you do hear something else besides those distant noises. You hear something that sounds like music, like a violin being played far in the distance.
I'm gonna head towards the violin.
As you do, you're walking past more of these buildings, and you see at the bottom level, there's a lot of like places where wood has been erected to block the openings, and you're seeing debris and trash. The wood doesn't look like it is uniform in age, like a city preparing for a natural disaster. It looks, based on like the ranging variation and structural integrity, like people acting individually and defensively. As you move towards the music, eventually you see somebody on the edge of your vision, a couple people, and the light is getting brighter as you approach what looks like a barrel fire. There's a couple people holding their hands out to warm themselves. 2 men in coats and hats and scarves that all look ratty and old, and a woman, probably in her mid-30s or early 40s, playing a 2-stringed violin for them. None of them are talking, none of them are moving. The men don't look particularly interested in the woman. They're just standing around the fire, warming themselves. She doesn't look particularly interested in them. She's just enjoying herself playing music. And you see them a couple dozen feet away now, on the edge of where you can see through the fog.
Can I call out to them?
You can.
Excuse me?
The woman stops playing music. The men don't really acknowledge you. The fire smells bad, like burning garbage or something. But she stops playing her music and looks across to you and says, "Oh, hi there. How are you?"
Pretty confused. How are you?
I'm doing good. What are you confused about?
Well, 1 minute I was somewhere, and the next second I was somewhere else. I don't know where I am.
The musician looks at you, a bit confused herself now, and she says, "Well, I guess it's contagious because I don't know what you're talking about."
What year is this?
What year is it?
Well, you see, I have a husband and son, and also a coworker who's a robot, and just over there were statues of said husband and coworker with a sign referencing my son. But that was not happening in our time, so this must be a different time.
She kind of squints her eyes and she says, "Are you doing okay, ma'am? Do you want to sit down? You want a drink? I can take you over to the Vice if you want."
I will take a drink.
"Okay, I'll take you over there in a few minutes when I'm done with my break. Would you like to sit down?"
I was wondering if I could play your violin.
"My violin is
Yeah.
very precious to me. Do you know how to play?"
I do.
Make a
Oh no! Oh what?
persuasion check.
Okay, I have high charisma.
She's a little wary of it, just a tiny bit wary of you right now.
Oh, it's a 1.
On that one,
Yeah.
she says, "Here." And she sits down on the curb a little bit away from the fire. She takes a few steps to walk away from the men, and she pats the ground next to her. "Why don't you sit down and catch your breath?"
Okay.
Have you had something that's making you feel a little woozy?
Not that I know of, no. I went into work and then everything changed.
Okay, well, things can feel like they change sometimes. Yeah, I understand the feeling.
Well, do you ever just find yourself transported to a different place?
Now that's where you're losing me a little bit, honey. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what happened.
All right, well, we're on the same page then, at least. I'm sorry I can't help you with that.
Well, can you tell me about what's going on right here? With all these men and you?
Well, I am on my break. I play at the Vice. They like my music there. Stepping outside for some fresh air. And Joe and Chad like to listen sometimes.
Do tell me your name too.
My name's Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. I'm Avis.
Nice to meet you, Avis. You can call me Sam.
Has anything been going on around here lately?
She frowns a little bit and she says, "Nothing out of the ordinary."
Well, what's the ordinary?
She's gonna make a perception check on you.
Something's up with this person.
The musician looks you up and down a little bit and she says, "Pardon me if this is intrusive, but you look a little bit clean. Are you from here?"
No, I'm not. I'm not.
"Did you get here today?"
I've been here an hour.
"Okay, well, did somebody send you here? Did they drop you off on the island, or?"
If they did, I don't know why.
"So you don't remember?"
I remember something, but I don't know what it was.
"Okay, well, maybe if you take a little rest, you'll start to get some of that memory back. Do you have a place to stay? Is there somebody that you're looking for?"
I am. I'm looking for my husband.
"Okay, what's your husband's name?"
Devon Merlot.
"Well, Avis, She thinks for a second. "I don't know a Devon. Did he tell you where he was going to be, or?"
No, he disappeared just like me. But he didn't come with me.
"Okay." She looks like she's pondering the situation, like she genuinely wants to help you, but she's a little bit confused. And she says, "Well, I know most everybody in this town. Most everybody comes to the Vice at least once or twice. And I haven't met a Devon. I suppose it's possible that if you think he's supposed to be here, he could be maybe one of the shipper's guys, or he lives off in the middle of nowhere. Unless you think he's the hermit, I don't know where else he could be if he's here.
But he doesn't belong here. So he shouldn't... He doesn't have a place. I don't have a place.
I don't know how to help you with that. What I do know is, I know the names of most all the men that live here. Names of men that I don't know are the 2 men that show up with the shipper once a month when he brings supplies to trade. I don't know the name of anybody who's not living here, if they live far out in the middle of nowhere, surviving on their own somehow, despite the bad weather and the corrupt, then I'm not sure what those people get up to, and I don't know the name of the hermit, but that's it. Do you think it could be one of those people?
I'm honestly not sure. Do you know of a robot?
If you're looking for scrap, most of it's already been salvaged to trade to the shipper.
Who is the closest of the people you've listed?
Well, the shipper should be here in a few days if he's on schedule. He's not here right now. If you haven't been here a while, then you might not know. It's a man who comes from the outside on a boat to trade. The people who don't live in the city, I don't know. They somewhere far away. The hermit is the one that's holed up at the old ass box.
How far is it from here to get to the hermit?
Well, you can make a perception check real fast.
Me?
I'm going to.
You.
She's going to.
Why? Tell me.
It's a nat 20.
I don't believe you.
You can get up and look.
I won't. He's always cheating.
Let me roll perception on that. He's always cheating.
He's always cheating. He was telling me outside while he was out there being like, we need to
Too
plant a
far, I
spoiler.
can't see it. I don't know.
He was like, while we're on the topic, I'm always cheating.
That's not true.
He's like, and no one will believe you if you tell them, so I'm just going
It's
to tell
not
you
behind
now.
the screen. You're just refusing to look at it.
There was a maniacal laugh. It was
I said,
crazy.
mwahaha.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a perception check as well?
Why not? 13.
You are kind of looking at the ground. You and the musician are kind of closer to the edge of the light, but not so far away that it's not still lighting up the world around you. The men are still standing by the fire, and you're not really taking everything in as you're still confused and trying to get across to this person your situation, and they're trying to offer help but aren't really able to. And you see the musician looks up as she's thinking, and she notices something, and she says, Ollie, if you want to say hi, come say hi. And walking a little bit forward from the mist is a young boy. It looks like a kid with like bowl cut red hair, some freckles, gap tooth. Looks maybe like 11, 12, 13 maybe, but he's like a scrawny kid. And she says, Avis, this is Oliver. He lives close by. He likes to hear me play music sometimes, but he's a shy boy. If you want to go to the icebox, it's not too far away. Oliver, you remember where it is, don't you? The reflective one? The one on the edge? And the kid says, oh, are you trying to go there? I can take you there.
Okay, perfect.
The musician pats the kid on the head as she stands up and she says, thank you, Oliver. I'm going to go back to the Vice. If you don't find what you're looking for with the hermit, and be careful of him, he's a bit crazy. He attacks people that try to come in. But if you call up to him and it's this Devon person, maybe he won't be so hostile. Nobody else has had luck with him. If that's not the person you're looking for, then you can come find me at the Vice and have that drink.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you again.
I hope to see you too. And she gives you a wink. She walks away and you're with this kid, Ollie. And he says, so you want to go to the icebox?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's go. And he starts walking his way away.
So, Ollie, tell me about yourself.
About myself? Well, what do you want to know? And he's walking. He takes a right up the street.
Well, like, where are your parents?
Make an insight check.
Bad question to ask.
17.
You see Ollie immediately gets a little cagey at that question, and he says, "Oh well, they're not around anymore. But I'm okay. I have a lot of friends.
Are your friends your age, or are they older? Like, who is your support system?
Well, I mean, they're just people around town, but for right now, I'm just kind of taking care of myself, is all."
Well, I'm very proud of you for still getting by despite not having your parents. It must be very hard, but you're doing amazing.
Wow, I appreciate that. Looks like we're almost there. And he's like walking ahead.
Okay, I'll give him space.
You see him kind of walking ahead and looking around. You should make another insight check as you're watching and following him.
16.
He's walking and like craning his neck and looking back and forth in a way that's like somebody who's searching around. Like maybe he kind of forgot where this place is, but doesn't want to admit it or something. And just as it might just be like starting to get to be a concern or something, like does he really know where he's going? He says, "Oh, looks like we're here." And he stops, and in front of you is a large building. While you've been walking as well, there's been like some signs of life. Like you might see a flickering light, like a candle or something lighting up a window in one of the glass buildings, or you see somebody duck into an alley, or you hear some noise off in the distance. Still hard to see around the mist, but you're close to this new building, and it's unlike the glass ones. It looks like it's covered in soot or ash or grime or something, but in spots where that's been scraped away or is missing, you see kind of a reflective silvery building. But it looks like as you guys walk around, like the right side of the building has totally caved in and collapsed. And Oliver says, "Yeah, this is the one." And he's kind of standing there.
Mm-hmm.
You should tip him.
Well, Ollie, thank you so much for bringing me here. Where do I go once I go in there?
Well, of course, there's no problem. I don't know. This is the building, though. This is the one where the lady said the person was that you were looking for, right?
I would hope so.
All right. So then this must be the place. And he kind of still keeps standing there.
Do you think you can make it back safely?
Oh, well, I mean, I could keep hanging out with you. It's nice to talk to somebody, and you're a pretty nice person.
I would love that so much.
Really? I mean, cool. Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
All right. Should we head in?
Yeah. Do you mind going first? That person said her person you're looking for might be dangerous.
Yeah, it's only fair since you led me here.
You walk ahead of him and go into the building. Would you like to make a perception check as you're walking in, trying to gather what's going on with this place?
Absolutely. I didn't even land in there. Okay. That's a 12.
Again?
I'm getting the low rolls out right now.
Just a 12, but you see, as you duck under the boarded up doorway and make your way in, you see the fog is kept at bay. The walls are still standing here, even though the right side of the building has fully collapsed. And there's a little light from somewhere. It's from the hallway, you're seeing it. And it's kind of lighting up this area very, very dimly. You wait for a few seconds for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, and you're seeing a deep, dark place. There's a front desk in this entrance area, and behind it is a robotic figure, but one that is slumped back in a chair, It looks like it has like puncture holes, like some point this thing was shot by a gun or something, but also it's like missing the top of its head, and like there's a big hole in its side where you can see it's hollow inside. Like all the valuable electronics have been taken out a long time ago. As you're walking through the hallway, you're feeling Ollie walking behind you, and he's kind of staying a little bit close to you in a way that almost like reminds you of Milo when you were checking his closet for monsters or something when he was young. And he's staying behind you as you walk down the hallway. You are seeing doors open in empty rooms where there are these glass pods, chambers, windows smashed, electronics gone, all of them unfunctioning and cold. There's broken glass on the ground, there's trash, there's places where the roof has caved in some spots, and there's like little piles of dirt and like weeds that would be growing during the long day, but right now they are brown and dormant. And down the hall, down a long hallway, you see a soft glow of a light coming from a room. It's a constant glow, not like the flicker of torchlight or firelight, but like an electric light. Do you keep walking towards it?
Can I go, surprise?
Is that wise?
Knock, knock.
Do you want to call out?
I want to do knock, knock.
You call out, knock, knock. And on a 12 perception earlier, you don't notice somebody sneaking behind you. Neither did the kid, but you feel a hand is placed on her shoulder and whirls you around as a sharp, pointed object is placed towards your throat. And you're looking forward at a person that you recognize. Ethan, would you like to describe your character?
You see Neil, who looks pretty similar to how you like briefly saw him that first episode moment when he was kind of transformed, except that there's less of him. He looks almost like skeletal, the way there's a bunch of like exposed panels and wires that used to be like buttoned up and sleek before. You get the vibe that like he's had to undo a bunch of pieces of himself to like repair and rejigger things kind of underneath the surface. His face and all looks pretty similar, but there's definitely like some patchwork of different bits of like metal and scrap kind of bolted on to fix things that were broken. He's wearing clothes. Actually, he's wearing like some layered, like pretty bulky jackets with like this big heavy collar and these like pretty heavy looking, like durable work pants, so that like from behind you might not even realize that he's a robot, or especially like in the distance through the fog. He's got this like kind of rucksack on his back, and he's holding what looks like a fisherman's harpoon. It's pretty long, but he's like a pretty big guy, so he can pretty easily wield it in one hand.
Neil, the voice caught you off guard, but as you whirl this person around, you're certain that you're looking now at Avis, and Avis, you're looking at Neil. You each see each other. Oliver has moved to the side. He's unsure what's happening, looks even more scared than before, and there's a moment of hesitation and silence as both of you are unsure what to do. And your locked eyes, seeing each other for the first time in only a few hours, and the first time in untold decades.
Neil, you look really good.
Avis? It's been a long time.
And that's where we'll end this episode of Fire and Smoke, New Ronne. If you want to keep up with the show, follow us on Instagram or TikTok at Fire and Smoke Podcast. If you're enjoying the show so far, please leave us a nice rating on whatever application you're using to listen to the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to say before the end of the episode?
There's a book down there called Kindred.
Mm-hmm.
And like somebody does time travel and the other person gets stuck there. And like you see like I've been here for like 20 years. And it was like nothing to the other person. So I really like that in the book. I'm excited to see what it looks like here.
I liked the bit where you tried to play the violin and then you were like super weird with your Nat 1 persuasion. And she was like, absolutely not. You're not touching my violin.
I really thought like I was going to sit down and she was going to go grab a drink and bring it to me.
Why? It's the apocalypse.
She's offering.
I guess.
She offered a drink and she never brought it.
She offered a drink and then you said yes. And then she said, okay, after my break's over, we can go to the Vice.
Does she have a
She was
job?
kinda
It's the apocalypse. Who's paying
She
musicians
must have a job.
to play violin at the the barrel fire?
No, she's on break.
That's not the Vice. The Vice is a different place.
Oh, okay.
She was saying,
But
I'm
I
on
didn't.
break.
I never made that distinction. I was like, okay, where's the drink?
Oh, so she's the bartender at the
She's
bar.
Oh,
Barky.
She's Barky. Maybe she's like Barky's like great grandchild or something.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
anything's possible.
Barky the 17th or something.
Long line of bartenders.
Yeah.
Long line of bartenders. They
She-
picked up musicians too.
She was simply trying to take care of somebody she thought was having a mental breakdown.
I know. Where's my alcohol?
Ethan, you get to show up at the end of the episode.
I didn't think I was gonna. I thought the Hermit was gonna be a red herring.
He's ready to riz someone up with his new clothes.
He's looking really good. Robot in clothes always looks good.
Vibe.
Especially robot in like survival, like lots of coats and you have like equipment.
At least one of us is going to be combat ready.
I have a
Now,
harpoon.
now Avis and I just need to have our magic surge where we learn magic.
I have magic.
Avis was feeling weird feelings when she got here and started breathing in the air. Some weird feelings inside, like potential energy.
I was gonna launch.
We can wake Devon back up. Or we can wait. We don't have to wake Devon up now. We could like do other stuff. You can get that drink and then we can get him.
I'm down. Let's go to the Vice first.
Okay. It's not like what he's been on ice
You know
for like
what?
what, like
You know
100
what?
years or something? Like he can wait a little
He,
bit longer.
he
To be
chose to
fair-
hug you.
Exactly.
It took him forever to bring me up in the
Yeah.
previous episode.
Yeah.
To be
So he
fair,
can sleep a little longer.
That's not true. As soon as I saw your dad, that was the first
Yeah,
question
the dad.
I asked. It's not even her dad,
That's true.
as far as we know.
I've got to tell Ethan about so much lore before next episode.
I really wonder how much of the looting and destruction at the icebox was you, like, scrounging for parts,
To get parts to repair your pod.
and yourself. It's a bunch of machinery just right next to you.
And I got this harpoon, so it's all mine.
Well, it sounds like from the musician that like lots of people are scavengers and trying to rip out whatever they can and trade for survival.
But the hermit's there. They don't want to deal with him.
That's true.
It
She
sounded
called him dangerous.
They sounded pretty scared of him.
She said, you shouldn't go there if you don't need to because you'll get attacked.
And she almost got attacked.
Who?
You.
Knock knock?
Yeah, I pointed a thing at your throat. I had a harpoon.
Yeah, but he won't let anything happen to me, so.
Oh.
If Ethan says I attack Avis, my hands are tied.
Then Philip will say Oliver brandishes a knife and leaps to your defense.
It'll be fine.
And he reveals that in this universe, all children are ninjas. And he kills you.
No, honestly, I was prepared to use my charisma if needed.
Well, you got a chance to, and then you didn't get to play the violin.
You know, Ethan, there's something about
That's a sore spot, Ethan, okay?
What did I roll for with that?
Charisma?
Oh,
Or,
like persuasion? My bad.
Ethan, there really is something about you, like, as a person and wanting to use long weapons. That's what you had in our D&D campaign. You had a big halberd.
But I've played in 2 other campaigns, and I didn't
Yeah.
have long-bladed weapons in those.
It wasn't on theme.
One when I had a shotgun, which is like the opposite of a polearm, if you think about it.
It's a good point, but it's happened twice.
It's happened twice out of 5. There was the home campaign where I was just a
If
guy with a
Blake
sword.
had a nickel for every time it happened, he'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
You know what? That's the same as a dime.
I don't even think it's that weird. It's happened twice, honestly. It's not.
There's not that many weapons that D&D has like in the player's handbook.
Is there anything we're forgetting?
When did you say Eric was coming again? Because I thought he was supposed to be here this time.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, he texted me and he's busy. He had to like go buy groceries. And so he said he couldn't make it this time, but he'll be here next time.
Totally. He could have just gotten groceries. Like,
Yeah, you know,
later?
He just sounded really busy. So I don't know.
Did you offer to Uber Eats them or something?
Well, you know, I couldn't do that because then that'd be like paying him. And I don't pay any of you guys. So
Oh,
gotta be fair. Am I right?
I guess.
All right. I guess it's time for us for the.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Am I take this one?
Well, I don't know. Are you sure you can handle it?
Can I get some help?
I guess it's time for us to wrap up the episode.
Oh, he's a pro. I'll never measure up.
No, just say that. Just say that.
Yeah, I'll cut all this out so it looks like you got it right away.
Okay, okay. You guys ready to?
What?
And the episode
Immediately fall.
Yeah.
All right, that was perfect. No notes.
Slay.
Slay.